Hi, welcome to the Pursuit of Truth. So this is the main place where I put YouTube videos. I also am on, if you want to support or find the same ones, on Rumble, LBRY, Odyssey, whichever name it's using now, and some are on Facebook. This is not the original video that would have been at this place. It was removed and I was given a strike for it due to what they consider medical misinformation. So I thought, to be safe, even though I did edit out the time-coded part that they suggested was the reason why I was getting that, but still removed it and gave me the strike. So I'm re-recording this, keeping it very brief to explain what the video was about so that it doesn't leave a gap, because I don't like the idea of gaps. So this edition of the Pursuit of Truth was 351, and it was concerning a recording that I found that was sent to me, and I was giving my opinion on that. And I felt that it was, there was lots of bits where I thought, this doesn't quite make sense, but there was some bits where I thought, well, I don't know, this could be a whistleblower, because that's the tone that it was trying to come across as. So I shared it so other people could listen and make their own opinion. I suspect I probably should have done more research. At the time, of course, it was during COVID and everything was new and everyone was trying to work out what the causes were. So I have since found a piece, since it's got the strike, a piece in The Guardian, which talks about the recording and talks about how people were duped with it. And I actually recorded a bit for the 2024 edition of this one that still got the strike, with the removal of that 38-minute message that was sent to me on WhatsApp. So I'm going to play that bit now, which talks about what it was about, and yeah, that's it. Take care, take it easy, God bless, and peace. Because I did some research on it that probably I should have done at the time, and maybe YouTube are valid for taking it off, to find out that this is actually, according to The Guardian, a fake. Because in it I was questioning a lot of it and I had some doubts about it myself. But I felt that in a world that we live in, not a nanny state, that we were free to be able to listen to something and make our own decisions up. Much like if someone put a recording of Adolf Hitler, which you see in many documentaries, which I expect are on YouTube, which is probably full of what would be considered hate speech, and yet it's on there because people can play it and say, look, this is what he said, and then discuss about it. It doesn't mean you're attributing anything to it by discussing about it. But it appears that certain topics on YouTube are not allowed, and we aren't allowed free speech, and we aren't allowed the ability to sort of say, this is what I've heard, this is what I think about that, which is what I was doing basically. And I gave the listener the courtesy and dignity of saying that you have a free mind and you should be able to make up your own decisions about it, and I don't need to hide things so that you can't make your own decisions. I know, though, that we do live in a world where when you hear something, you believe it without question, without research, and maybe that's why YouTube are taking this attitude, but I doubt it, because I don't see YouTube taking off lots of things that should be taken off YouTube, far more than someone speaking about something to do with 5G and COVID-19, which is gone now anyway, but they're still taking it off in 2024. So I'm going to take that off. I might put a little clip of it so you can hear the voice. What I've found is this. I'm going to read this out now. This was from The Guardian, and it said, revealed former Vodafone executive in 5G conspiracy video is UK pastor. Jonathan James is previously unidentified individual who reached millions with false claims about COVID-19. This was on Friday the 24th of April 2020. Unfortunately, I didn't research it, maybe because I didn't know his name. But it says, the recording spread around the world at the end of March, purportedly featuring a former Vodafone executive claiming to let the public in on a secret that the coronavirus pandemic is a cover for a global plot to install 5G mobile phone masts, track the world's population through vaccines, and then destroy human society as we know it. In reality, The Guardian can reveal the voice on the tape making the baseless claims is an evangelistic pastor from Luton who recently tried to convince Zimbabweans to use cryptocurrency in their economy. Jonathan James, who regularly preached at churches in Bedfordshire, is previously unidentified individual who reached millions of people with his detailed but nonsense claims that COVID-19 is a fake disease covering for the impact of 5G. Oh dear, it's like you can't say anything about anything. Even if you don't believe in it, you still can't put it out there. I mean, I obviously consider human beings their freedom of thought much more than YouTube. Because if YouTube, I mean, yeah, I know they've got a job to do to try and, that's why I decided to remove it, because I was thinking that if it was on TV, you probably couldn't put it on TV if it's baseless. But you could, if you were saying like, well, let's investigate these claims and see it. And like I did in the preamble to putting it on, is that I was questioning a lot about it. And remember, this was the early days in COVID. No one knew, because no one still knows really what the start of COVID was. Now it seems to be they're erring towards the Chinese lab, certain individuals. Whether that's true, we don't know. But anyway, so hopefully now it'll stay on there. So that's the Pursuit of Truth 351, which I can't even remember what the title is because I removed it and put again on it. If I find the title eventually one day, I'll update it. And but my view is that, listening to it now again and knowing this, and like at the time I did think a lot of this didn't make sense. But of course, with anything, when someone makes a claim and it seems valid, you can be drawn into these things. But yeah, that's so I don't think it's true anymore. So that's why I've decided, yes, it's okay to remove it just to get this video on, because I can't have an incomplete Pursuit of Truth on YouTube. Now I have to move on to 368, which they recently removed. All right, take care, take it easy, God bless, and peace.